Hello, it's Kate here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's video is an introduction to wax seals. I was asked to do a video on wax seals, so I thought I'd do it as an introduction to and see how we go. Now, to make wax seals, you don't actually need that much kit. All you're going to need is a tea light. I do recommend you getting a burner of some sort or description. There's loads on the market. I got this one from AliExpress last year and it's just wooden, as you can see. It's got the really pretty detailing on it. So your candle will sit inside there. Let's just quickly light this candle and we'll let that burn away while I talk. So that's going to go inside there. Then the next thing you obviously need is your wax. So this is all my waxes. Again, I got these from AliExpress. I was also sent some from BB Crafts, but you can get them on Amazon, you can get them on eBay. They are literally all over the place. So this is all my waxes. You will need a melting spoon, and again there are lots of different ones available. So this is just going to sit on top of my burner. And then the other thing you need is your stamp heads. So I have 3 with handles, and then I have 3 which are just the brass heads. So it is cheaper to buy just the heads rather than the whole thing, and it took me a while to work that out. These unscrew from the base and they're interchangeable, and I've not found any that won't fit on each handle, if that makes sense. So we'll put those over here and we will grab these ones. Now these ones here are all the same size, and then I have this one which is quite a bit bigger. I'm not going to use this one today because it's a Christmas one and I'm really not feeling Christmas, I'm not going to lie. But I would need to use more wax if I was making that seal. Now I do keep a cocktail stick on hand for when I'm doing this in case I want to stir my wax, so I have 2 here. Let's just move that to one side. And then I highly recommend you get yourself one of these silicone mats. Now these are shiny on one side and matte on the other, and I always use it with the matte side showing. Now this is because when you pour the wax out of the spoon, it's going to be really, really hot and you don't want it sticking to anything, and these silicone mats are brilliant for that. So let's make a couple of seals, shall we? There's loads of different ways to do this. So let's pick some wax. I think we'll go with pink first. So I've just got 2 hot pink wax granules there, and I'm going to put them in the spoon and that's going to melt. Now you'll see this happens really, really fast. In fact, I'm going to put a 3rd one in just to make sure I've got enough. So this does happen quite quickly. If you get your spoon hot before you put the wax in, obviously it does help. And when I'm doing this, I always have a piece of tissue to hand as well, or sometimes I use a baby wipe because I like to clean the spoon out between each seal. So while that's melting, let's choose what we're going to stamp. So I've got the bee, I've got this pretty bow type one, I've got a leaf, I've got the happy mail one, and I have with love. So let's do the bow because it's already on the stamping handle. Now again, these seals are available so many places. You can get them on AliExpress, you can get them on eBay, on Amazon. There's a lot of private sellers now selling them. I'm sure if you looked on Etsy you would be able to find these. They are all over the place, so definitely keep your eyes open. You don't have to spend a fortune. There are starter kits available where you get your waxes and your spoons and your burner and your stamps. You know, there's all kinds of deals for all kinds of budgets. You just have to have a look and decide whether you want to do it separately or all together. Now, I was quite lucky when I started out on this wax seal journey that I was doing a collaboration with BB Crafts, and they did send me the spoon, a couple of stamps and some waxes, but I did get hooked quite quickly, and I've since bought extras of my own, so it is addictive and it's really relaxing to do as well. Right, let's give that a little stir and make sure it's all melted. I can't feel any globs in the bottom, and just look at that beautiful colour. Stunning. Okay, so now we just need to tip it onto the mat. Now if it starts bubbling and smoking, that generally means you've got it too hot. It's not going to do any damage, it just doesn't smell very nice. So I'm going to pour my one out now, get my stamp to hand. Let's just make sure we're in shot. So I'm literally just going to tip it out of the spoon, and it drips a little bit. Let's just put the spoon back in there for a second, and then what I do is, just as I'm pressing it down, I just create tiny little circles with the stamp. I don't know if you could see that or not, just to like spread it out a bit. And then with the remaining liquid that's in there, I just drain it out while my stamp's cooling off, and I make little embellishments because I don't like to waste anything. I could have added it to the stamp, but really for what's there, you know, there's not that much there. It doesn't matter, it's going to do its job. And these look really, really cute on cards and projects when you want a little dot. And at the end of the day, if you're doing wax seals and you've got a bit over, use it all. So we'll leave that to cool off. It doesn't take long, and we'll get the next one in. So that's a solid colour. You can mix your colours. So let's do a mixture of the same colour. So I have this blue one here and a lighter one. I'm only going to use 2 this time because the star waxes, you get more than you do with the little, I don't know what they're, octagons maybe. So we'll let that melt, and you will see they actually don't merge in the spoon. They kind of keep their separate colours. It's really interesting. So we'll come back to that in a second. Let's pull this off because this will now be ready. So it comes off as easy as that, and then it just peels off the mat, and there is a wax seal. So we'll take that off the mat, and we can also take the little dots off, and again they just slide right off. And in a minute I'm going to talk to you about colouring them, because what you can do, you can actually colour either the main wax bottom or the impression itself, and that's something I like to do, and it really looks quite effective and it finishes it off nicely as well. So I'll talk to you about that in a second when we've made a few seals. So let's have a look and see what we want to make this time. I'm not feeling that leaf today. What should we go with? Maybe we'll do a with love. So let's grab the leaf off of this, and I'll put the with love on. See, and these are really fun. You don't have to just use these yourself. You can send these out in Happy Mail, which I've done quite a few times, especially if you know someone doesn't do it themselves. It's nice for them to receive. You can put them in journals, you can put them on the back of mail you're sending. There's so many uses for these seals. So as you can see, that's now melted, and it's kept the colour separation in there. So you could pour it out like that and it would look fine. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a really quick stir and create a swirly effect like that, and then I'm going to tip that out onto the mat, and you'll see it's like a marbled effect. It's so pretty. Now this wax does go off quite quick, it cools really quick, but you should have time to empty enough out of the spoon before it goes off. So again, I'm just pushing down with the small circles, and there you go. So let's see if we can make any little dots with this. I might have emptied too much out, but I can just come in with my cocktail stick and try and push it out. It's already drying though, so I don't think I'm going to be too successful. No, well, we've got one, so I'm going to put that on there. Just reheat it a second. I might be able to get more, but I think I'm just going to clean it out. Do be very mindful of your fingers when you're cleaning these. I have burnt myself on more than one occasion. And you can see the back of my spoon is really tarnished, but I kind of gave up cleaning that bit after I burnt myself too many times. But as long as the inside's clean, you're pretty much good to go. Right, okay. Next off, let's mix 3 different colours. So I'm going to grab a green, a blue, and I'm going to grab a purple. I'm going to put them all in here, and we'll see how this one turns out. So there's so many different ways to do these and so many different colour combinations to play with. It's just something you can spend hours doing. I mean, you could do it in front of the TV of a night time when you're watching your Netflix. It's just addictive. So this one is now ready. So pull that up. Now you can see it didn't quite get enough wax to the edge, so it's kind of papered off a bit. It's not the end of the world, it still looks pretty, and you can really see the marbling in that one. So we'll put that one down there while we wait for this one to melt. Now with tea lights, I have to say I have 2 huge bags of tea lights. Couldn't tell you where I got them from. I've had them a long time. In fact, one of the bags I think I brought back from Zelda's when I was clearing out her house. But I have found that some tea lights are better than others. Don't ask me why. But some tea lights just don't seem strong enough. I don't know whether that's just because I've had them too long. I honestly don't know. I don't think anyone else has had that trouble. It's just me. And some of the tea lights don't seem to last that long either. Look how pretty that's looking. I don't think I'm going to mess with this one too much, you know. I think I'm just going to pour it and see. So what shall I do now? Let's have a little look. Maybe I'll do the bee. That might be fun. It's kind of spring-like. Let's just take this off. So I also like to keep my little wax embellishments in one of these tiny little bags, and then they're all together and I can just grab them as and when I need. Now you can also see in there is a loose bee. That's a wax bee. So what I have done previously is just, especially if one goes a little bit wrong and I'm not happy with it, I just cut out the middle. So you can definitely just do that and create wax embellishments if you wanted to. I'm loving this colour down here. I'm just going to give it a bit of a poke and make sure there's none in the bottom. I think we're good to go. So let's pour this one out. If you don't get it hot enough, you do get, now this isn't a technical word obviously, but gloops. it goes a bit gloopy, you get little like lumps and bumps, and it's not nice. You do have to make sure you have got your wax hot enough before you pour it out, but you don't want it so hot that it's bubbling. Right, there we go. We'll see how that's looking in a second. Now I don't know if you can see, but around the top of my wax burner there's wax that's dropped from this as I've been moving it on and off after pouring. It is possible to clean that off when it's warm, you just have to be careful that it's not too hot, obviously. And on this embellishment here I have a bit of a string to it. You can just pull that off, comes away. I think it's just where it had gone a bit tacky. It probably wasn't hot enough when I poured it, to be honest. So let's get the next one ready to go. I'm just going to throw some browns in. I'll throw 3 of these browns in, and I'm going to put the big one in as well. I don't use browns that much, so we'll use 3 of those. And let's have a look at this one. Oh, beautiful. Look how lovely that's come out. I love the marbling effect. That's really lovely. And I'll just peel these ones off. So this will be the last one, and then we'll look at colouring, I think. And let me know if you would like another video, because what I'd like to do in another video is maybe experiment with what I can put into the wax before I pour it, or things I can add as I'm pouring for a bit of interest. So if you'd like to see that, let me know, and we'll go through my stash and have a play and see what we can come up with. I think that would be really good fun to do. So I don't think this tea light is getting the spoon hot enough, and I think that's going to cause me a little bit of an issue. The tea lights that came with my starter kit were quite large, and I'm just using the normal size tea lights that you buy in, like, I don't know, B&M and Home Bargains, you know, in the bags. They do work, but I think maybe one of the larger ones, if you can get them, would be better. So I'll speed up the video now until this last bit of brown has melted. Okay, that's nicely melted. I've given it a stir. I'm going to stamp the leaf on this one, and then we'll give it a colour. I'm just draining as much of this off as I can. I don't really think I need any brown embellishments, if I'm honest. So let's get the seal in this wax. I think I might have messed that up a bit, but never mind. Now, do you know, I did actually wonder whether I would be able to pour the wax into silicone molds and see if I could make wax embellishments that way. So I'm kind of tempted to get a small mold and just see. But then I'm thinking, would that just be too chunky to put on a project? Potentially it would. But I suppose it depends what I want to put it on. So I might get some baby molds and try it out on the scrapbook, because I could definitely do some pink little embellishments in wax. Something to think about, I think. So I'm not going to do any more wax seals for today, so I'm going to blow the candle out, and I'm going to leave that to cool off. Just wipe that wax up. Okay. Now I will say this burner that I've got, it's really unstable. You can see it wobbles a lot. I need to get my glue gun out and glue those struts in place, and it really frustrates me when I'm rushing and it falls and then I have to stop and pick up all the bits. So definitely going to be glue gunning that together, but you can get so many different burners, and there's some really cute ones out there, so definitely have a look at what you're wanting. These spoons cool down quite quickly as well, which is quite good. So this is nearly ready already. Ready already? Really, Kate? Right, while I'm waiting for that to be ready, these are the pens I'm going to be using to colour in the wax seals. These are metallic colour pens that I got from AliExpress. They were under £7 and you get a really good selection in there. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pens in there. So this is what they look like. And they really work nicely on the wax for colouring. So let's take that off there. And we can put the mat away as well because we don't need that anymore. So let's have a look. Let's do the leaf. Let's go for this green since I've already got it. So these are single-ended pens, as you can see. It just says metallic on it. And this is what the tip looks like. It's like a bullet tip. And then all you need to do is literally go over the outline, or you could colour around it and just have the impression the colour of your wax. It's entirely up to you. Personally, I like to shade the impression. So there is my leaf, and it just makes it pop. Isn't that pretty? And what you could do, let's grab the bow. We could do kind of a two-tone effect. So we'll grab that one, and in fact, let's do gold and silver. I always think gold and silver look nice together. So let's do a gold loop and a gold loop. And because they're bullet tip, it gives you the precision you need to stay on the really fine impression. Go silver here, and we do silver across there. And we have a two-tone bow. Now obviously you can just leave them blank like that. I'm going to leave that one blank because I really like that one. Let's colour with love. Let's get a load of the pens out. Let's use loads of the pens on the with love because it's a word and we can. So let's just have some fun. Let's start off with a purple. How nice would this look on a Mother's Day project? Or depending what element you had, you could definitely do it for Father's Day because it's not too blingy. Do you remember being at school and having those multicoloured pens and you'd all write in your books in multicoloured, or was that just us? We would do multicoloured words. So pretty. Look at that. Okay, and then down the bottom, let's go, well I can't use blue because I don't think it's really going to show up. Let's get the silver out. I really like that purple on the blue, so I'm going to use the purple again. And I did really like that one, I think. Yeah, it's really pretty. get that purple back, and then we'll try the pink, I think. So I'm sure you can get these pens other places other than AliExpress. You probably just have to have a look around, see what you can find. And look at that, I love it. So cute. Okay, so that was my introduction to wax seals. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's given you some ideas. Let me know if you want that follow-up video that I spoke about earlier, and if you do, I will absolutely get that done. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope everyone is safe and well. I will be back soon with more videos, so take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.